Here I am, Kurt Shore, and my One in a Trillion podcast. So welcome, and everybody who is here, thank you. Welcome. So again, tonight, I just want to explain a little bit about the One in a Trillion concept. It's really the idea that I believe very firmly in my heart, our hearts, that every one of us is unique and has gifts to share with this world. And unfortunately, for really centuries, our own personal power has been squashed by the powers that be through all kinds of things that they have done, really for centuries, including wars and famine and poverty and all those other things. There's billions of souls on this planet, and if we could all realize just how much how powerful we are, that would be amazing. So the One in a Trillion is, as I develop it more and more, I just want to be able to inspire you to remember exactly the idea that of all the billions of people that have lived in the past or will be, there is only one you, and that is one in a trillion, right? So tonight I'm going to we're going to have some fun, and let me talk about my day a little bit. Today I was, I woke up. It's kind of nice here in Philadelphia. It was a little bit cold, but at least it was sunny. So I decided to run, and I ran about 5 miles, and halfway through my run is a tree. It's the biggest tree in the forest, I think. And I found out this morning, we probably tease tree huggers and all those things, but trees are first of all, the tree that I saw has been here since the Revolutionary War, and you just touch it and you feel its strength. And trees have incredible things that they do, and the communication with the root system, and how they, even with the little protection that they do, just imagine how big they get just taking in some of the minerals from the earth. And then mostly they take the sunlight and they breathe the carbon dioxide that we breathe out. They take in and they create these huge, beautiful things. And so, having said that, I got back and, of course, I showered and prepared for the podcast, but I wanted to do something to start the day, this one off, because I think it's going to be a really fun podcast. I'm going to be singing a song called Delusional, and I'll talk about that a little bit. And I'm going to read about half the story from Tulip and Truk. It was the illustrated children's book I wrote that I'm finally starting to promote, and I would love you guys to get copies of it, and I'll tell you how to do that. Signed copies are now available, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so before, I'm going to play one of the songs I usually play. If anybody knows me, I do these things called shakes. And really what I found out from a doctor that when you shake, and it's actually really good for you, because it's like any exercise. You're pumping you're helping your lymphatic system to drain all those toxins out of your body. So let's do a shake together and see how that goes. I'm going to play this song called Sometimes I Feel So Good. And it's really, I have to finish it. It's one of those songs that do make you feel good. So listen to it in the background, and we're going to shake and do a little shaking, and then we're going to get into the song. Here you go. Hear that? So let's shake. I'm going to stand up. I'll move the camera up. Sometimes I feel so good, yeah. My heart begins to pound, yeah. Okay, here we go. I feel connected. So the whole idea of shaking is you move every part of your body, your legs, your shoulders, your body, and it's going to look really silly, and that's okay. Doesn't matter what you look like. It's that you're moving everything. And you're feeling hopefully good. It's good to do it with your significant other, your spouse, your kids, because you'll start laughing at each other, how silly you look. But within 20, 30 seconds, you're starting to build up a sweat because you're really moving. You know, move your arms up and down, and you can spin around. I can't spin around with the headphones on, but you get the idea. So here we go. Yeah.
There's so much love exploding from my heart.
Okay. I'm gonna settle down. There you go. Okay. So I'm breathing. Hopefully you're breathing. You're feeling good. Okay. And this next song, or actually the song that I'm going to perform for you live, is called Delusional. And excuse me for a second. I'm getting something to drink. A little juice. Okay. So the concept of delusional is, how did I write it? Why did I write it? Because I believe it's really important. When you're an entrepreneur with a dream, or an artist of any kind, anything you want to do in life, where you're a creator and you just want to follow your dream, you have to be delusional, because your friends and family even may not support it. So oftentimes you just have to say, you know what, I'm going to make this happen, and somehow you get it done. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, you know, and always surrounded by naysayers, and, oh, you can't do that, you're not gonna, who are you, you know? So psychology defines delusional as something very bad, right? But I want to think of it as something really good, that you have to be delusional in order to make it in this world. You know what? I forgot to start the recording. I need to do that too. There we go. Well, I missed the first half. Anyway, so we're going to do. That's the idea of delusional. And I wrote this, and I'm going to sing it for you. And for those of you who like the song, let me know. You can comment delusional, and we'll figure out a way to get you a copy of it, because I have not released it yet. And hopefully it inspires you and picks your spirits up. Here we go. Start a little bit before, just so there's lots of technology here. Here we go. There's nothing I like more than playing a piano that's slightly out of tune. And yes, I enjoy when I'm dating a woman who's a bit of a loon. When life is too predictable, I get bored. I love to order yesterday's soup du jour. I think it's fun being crazy with 2 spoonfuls of delusion. No, I get well being crazy with 2 spoonfuls of unusual. Whoa, that's just me. There's nothing I like more than dancing naked on my roof. I talk to animals and daisies. I live in a castle in my room. When life is too predictable, I get bored. I may be 5'8", but I'm feeling 6'4". I think it's fun being crazy with 2 spoonfuls of delusion. No, I feel great well being crazy with 2 spoonfuls of unusual. Whoa, that's just me. We're gonna dance. Woo. Life is too predictable, I get bored. I'll write a song to win another Grammy Award.
unusual. I think it's fun being crazy. With 2 spoonfuls of delusional. I do quite well being crazy. 2 spoonfuls of unusual. That's just me. Be delusional, delusional with me. Come on and be delusional like moi. Yes, highly energized. I hope you like it. So, wow. Okay, just setting up for the next part of the podcast. And this is going to be, this is really special. I'm going to sit down because I'm going to read to you a little bit from Tulip and Truk and tell you about the inspiration, why I wrote it, and I have 3 or 4 more stories in the can. So let me just drop the mic down a little bit. Give me a sec. Okay, put the mic down here and sit down. It's reading time. Bring the kiddies. Have them gather around. So, Tulip and Truk. Tulip and Truk, not 2. There you go. Okay, so Tulip and Truk. This is a story of unconditional love and unwavering faith. And it's he's a pretty magical 10-year-old boy. And he loves his flower, Tulip. So why did I write it? What inspired it? A couple things. So Truk, if you look at it, is actually Kurt, spelled backwards. So Truk is the purest sense of who I am. It's the child that lives within me forever. You know, we all make mistakes in life and do things that we regret. And sometimes we're not as kind or not as wise as we should be. But Truk is pure love. And he lives on a magical planet of many, many different kinds of animals. And these animals, some talk, some are telepathic. But you'll see in subsequent stories, when I get to releasing them, Truk has amazing experiences, things that seem impossible, but not impossible to Truk. And he was always giving his love, always. So it was illustrated by, I can't even pronounce her name, but her name is Victoria Horokholska. She's an artist in the Ukraine, and I found her. You know, it was one of those things where people who like the music and stuff, and I found her through like somebody who recommended her because I was looking for an illustrator, and she was really talented. So, you know, we worked on it together. It took months to really get Truk exactly right, and Tulip and the planet that he lives on. So I really thank her very, very much. And you know, ultimately, you know, if you buy copies of the book, right now I'm selling signed copies, but I'm going to be, you know, giving her proceeds and stuff because I'm sure I haven't been in touch with her, but I'm sure it's not easy, right, living in Ukraine right now with everything that's going on. So I'm going to read the book, some of it, not all of it, because I want you to buy it for your kids. And I also think for you, for the child in you, I think this is, when you see this book and read it, your heart will fill up. There's no question about it. So in the beginning, that's Tulip. You can see her. She's so beautiful. And I'll read some of the things I wrote here. It is my sincerest wish that, in fact, you know what? I'm going to put some music on in the background This is another song I wrote called Count Your Blessings, but the music of it is so, I don't know, it's very warm. It's like Disney pre-woke before they went woke and crazy. So one day, actually that song is out, Count Your Blessings, so if you like it, let me know. There you go. So it is my sincerest wish that this story touches your heart and the hearts of your children. It is a story of pure, unconditional love, and a love that never stops loving. That never gives up on those in our lives that are so deserving of such love. It took me a lifetime to learn enough, to heal enough, to even write this story. Tulip and Truk. So let me just show you the artwork, and then I'll read to you. It's beautiful, isn't it? Once upon a time, there was once upon a time. That is, a time when time actually existed in a different part of the universe, on a planet on the edge of one of the galaxies in that universe. This planet was the most beautiful of all planets that ever existed, because it was alive. It breathed, and as it breathed, the oceans and seas would move back and forth, up and down and in and out. These breathing waves touched all the creatures and plants that lived there. By the way, this is Truk's little house right there. See it? Another drawing of how beautiful it is. These drawings are world class, I'm telling you, it's amazing. And the planet glowed with a million colors, colors that decorated the land, the skies, the waters, the mountains, and everything alive there, in such glorious tones that it took even the Creator's breath away. Sounds like what Earth could be. The planet had such magnificent energy that permeated every molecule, energy that connected each and every animal, plant, and rock together, energy that made the planet pulsate and spin and journey tirelessly around its golden star. Here's Truk's house. You can see it. Oh, there you go. There was a tiny piece of land in the middle of a great ocean, with a small garden of multicolored tulips, tended and cared for by a young boy named Truk. And among the tulips, there was one tulip in particular that, while smaller than the rest, had both brilliant purple and yellow petals. I want to pause for a second because I want to let you guys know that, I was starting to write a book. I have all the chapters laid out about this family that lives in the Amazon. I think this is where this came from. It was like, what would the world look like if we were all connected? And the powerful weren't in control because we were in control. We don't need to be governed. We really don't. There's a way that we could all live together and do things and create things that are unbelievable and not always for profit. And I'm not saying I'm against money or anything, but because that's the world we live in, but there is another way. I've been reading different theories about how all the people of the world could prosper without the wars, without the pharmaceuticals, without the poisoning of our skies and of our land and of our food, and the distortions of reality that is constantly pummeling us and our children. Anyway, sorry. So this is Tulip and Truk. It's a beautiful picture of them together. No other tulip had such colors. Truk would pay special attention to her, talk to her, and make sure she had enough water when it was hot. He would just gaze into her eyes for hours. She was that radiant. Sometimes, when he couldn't sleep, he would quietly go to the garden to make sure she was safe. And she knew that he was there and loved him for this, as much as he loved her. And sometimes, in the softest of soft voices, Tulip would thank Truk for simply showing up, for showing such kindness and care. Well, something bad had to happen, right? Well, it came to pass, as such things do, that one evening as Truk slept, a great storm struck with mighty winds that pushed the seas so much higher than normal. The water came into and over the island. Truk woke up from the roaring sounds of rushing air and giant claps of thunder and the bright white lightning streaking across the clouds. It was from that light that Truk saw a great wave about to engulf his island. He only had time to run straight up one of the tallest hills before the waves overtook where he slept. And his precious Tulip, he stood helplessly as the tempest passed over, tears streaming from his soft brown eyes, joining the waters below him. What will happen to Tulip was his only thought. He cried himself to sleep. Sorry. When he awoke, he saw a forest of broken trees and mud everywhere. He ran through it all to the garden, and it was gone, along with Tulip. He looked up at the now clear blue skies and closed his eyes and opened his heart and his intuition. He felt she was alive. She was still alive, but hurt and alone. And I'm going to stop there. I know it's a bit of a tease. I'll turn down the music. So that's about halfway through the book. As you see, it's just beautifully illustrated. So what I'm asking you guys to do is to, I've made available, I'm making available signed copies. So you can go to, if you're on Instagram or YouTube, or just in any comment anywhere, just say Tulip. And then I'll see it and I'll get a hold of you. And there's 3 options. You can just get a signed copy, you can get it personalized, or you can get the personalized copy, and then sometime in the next week or 2, I'm going to be doing an audio version of the book, and you'll also have that. So just send me a note, a comment, anything that says you want it, and this is going to really help me and support this new direction, this new life that I'm starting over again because of things that happened in my business and things that, actually, they say that when one door closes, another opens. And, I have a lot of faith in music that I write and the stories. And I think with your help, we could make Tulip and Truk into a huge success. And my success will be your success, believe me. We're going to do this together. Please join my Patreon community, where I'm going to be showing a lot more behind the scenes and sharing a lot more about how the music is made. If you have, if you know people who are really talented, who just wish they would have someone with a lot of experience helping them either get their songs better or even produce new records. I've been there, I've done all of it. For those of you who may not know, but I produced a top 10 record called Catch Me I'm Falling a number of years ago by a band called artist called Pretty Poison, platinum. Work with a lot of big artists that you've heard of, especially guys from Cinderella that did all their albums. I didn't produce it, but we recorded them all, and I played piano on Long Cold Winter. And then, literally hundreds of award-winning scores I've created. Not to brag. So anyway, that's it. Don't forget to let me know. And by the way, if you want to support me in a very simple way, just go to buymeacoffee.com/Kurt Shore. And you'll see all the links are in my bios and stuff. So please share this, and I love you all. I'm going to say good night. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. Have a beautiful rest of your Sunday. Good night.